So there's a common discussion about how Disney is only making remakes and sequels now because apparently they're the only thing that makes money now. But whenever we do get a new original movie, it bombs and everybody goes, well, why didn't you go see it? You want more original movies, don't you? Yeah, but that's kind of a hypocrisy in there that I think most people are guilty of and won't admit to. Even myself, I'll admit that I'm guilty of this. I'll look at an original movie that's coming out and go, yeah, that looks like crap. It'll probably make a good video though. I don't know, I still support these movies even when I don't like them because I know there's hardworking people who work on these movies and I don't want them losing their jobs or anything. Besides, Pixar, for the most part, is still making some original movies for us, but I'd be lying if I said I was super hyped for Elio. Judging from the marketing and how this film's production was going, what with the original director leaving halfway through the film and another one having to fill their seat, it really looked like we were gonna have another good dinosaur situation. On top of that, it just looked like another boring mid-film cursed by Disney's desire to make movies as safe and as marketable as possible. It just looked like every generic, simple, predictable kiddie sci-fi film that's been done before. It has a liar revealed element, a buddy adventure element, dead parents, just nothing new or interesting for me. And I'm sorry, but nothing about this movie grabbed me from the trailers, and there weren't even that many trailers to begin with. It's honestly crazy that a Phineas and Ferb crossover is the most memorable ad that this movie had. This movie had to ride the coattails of another far more beloved property to get marketed. That's not a good sign. But I decided to give it a fair shake anyway. I wasn't that excited about Inside Out 2 either, but I ended up really liking that one. So I went and saw Elio, and guys, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it is a fairly predictable story with no unique twists and turns. Yes, it is a liar reveal story where the main character lies to this alien civilization about being the leader of Earth. Yes, there is a decent number of toilet jokes and stuff that didn't make me laugh, but more on that later. But despite being a really simple story, I still think it's really well done, and I think the reason for that is because Elio is such a great main character. He's probably one of the best kid characters I've seen since Kid Cosmic. He's really passionate about space, but he also gets into trouble sometimes. He gets into fights with other kids and lashes out at his aunt. Like, yeah, that's how a child acts, especially one that's going through the grieving process of losing his parents. Despite the cliches of the story, the movie still takes its sweet time to let you, the audience, learn why Elio is like this, why he lies to the aliens, why he wants to run away, why he forms a friendship with Glorden. Even though it's a very been there, done that story, you still get invested because he's such a well-written character. And you also understand why his aunt is so frustrated and why she's struggling, because this is new territory for her as well. It's honestly a shame because she gets sidelined really hard in the middle chunk of the movie, with only like 1 or 2 scenes cutting back to her. I feel like the reconciliation they have near the end would have been way stronger had she actually gone along with him on the journey and having them bond throughout the film instead of just making up on that beach in the last 20 minutes. Olga is a good character, but that sidelining hurts her pretty bad, honestly. And sadly, that is akin to the overall other problems that this movie has. Like, there's a lot going on in this movie, and it just doesn't have the time to really process it all. Like, all these aliens with their unique designs, like, yeah, they're just kind of there, meant to be a goal for Elio to reach. They don't really stand out much, with only one of them actually being plot relevant. Oh, and that blob guy from Hotel Transylvania was there? There's all these cool concepts and science tricks that this movie uses, like cloning and language disc, but I just wish the movie did more with these other aliens so that when Elio's lie is revealed, you actually care about how they felt about it. Because when it does happen, you don't. Because we don't know any of them. Say what you want about other liar reveal moments, you at least care about how the other person felt about it. I also feel like this movie could have been a lot funnier. Like, okay, it's got a few good jokes here and there, like this one scene with Elio and the villain where they're at the shooting range and Elio tries to miss the target but keeps hitting it. That was pretty good, but a lot of the jokes are just basic kiddie humor. Like there's a scene where Glorden gets stuck in a tube and he starts talking out of his butt because haha, butts are funny! Nothing too cringy like Transformers 1, but just enough to leave me with a blank expression for about 80% of the jokes. Really, this movie shines when it focuses on the characters and the theme of belonging and how far a parent would go for their kid. And when it focuses on that, it's really effective. There's this great touch throughout the movie where you'll hear these interviews from, I'm guessing, real astronauts, and they'll talk about space and how we might not be alone in the stars, all while focusing on Elio, who feels like he doesn't belong on Earth. And when the ending comes through and he learns that he's not alone, not because of alien life, but because of his aunt, I don't know, that kinda got me. It's pretty good. Just not great, sadly. This is just an overall solid Pixar film, and that honestly, compared to the other Pixar releases this decade, it's probably one of the weaker ones, only beating both Lightyear and Elemental in terms of quality. It's a good flick, and I might go see it again if I have the time. So yeah, with all this talk about original movies needing to do well, Here's one that I think actually deserves to. And I know that sounds mean, but honestly, I don't care. Lilo and Stitch did not need to make more money than the original, especially how poorly it handled the original movie's themes. It's more of a case-by-case scenario where every movie is a unique experience, and there's no overlying rule that affects every movie. Some movies are just good, regardless of whether they're original or a sequel or a remake, and others are not. It just is what it is. It's up to the filmmakers to make a movie good, and in this case, I think they succeeded well enough. They didn't make some groundbreaking masterpiece or anything, they just made a good movie, and sometimes that's all you need. Now, with that being said though, I think we all know which movie was better last weekend.
You're all I can think of, every drop I drink up. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. Maybe I'm weak, but it took half a year to get over you, over you. Or maybe I'm good at pretending that I moved on. I know that we got a lot of the same friends, and soon enough there come a weekend when we just not bring it up. Yeah, maybe I'm weak, but it's taking too long to get over